This part is outside your studio, right?
Yeah, just outside the showroom.
The showroom, the studio.
And again, collected spare parts. Some is display, some stuff I'll use for something else later on. Odds and sods of characters. This, underneath all this, is an adding machine, but my friends call it the adding machine. They keep bringing stuff and hanging it on there, and I've lost control. I come home and there's something new doodad hung on there, so it's I guess it's a neighborhood project. This is kind of a jack-in-the-box figure, but this time he's on a spring. He doesn't really pop up, but he bounces back and forth. He's been out here, 10, 15 years. He's holding up pretty good. This is previous stuff from probably the last 10 years, scattered through here. A lot of stuff is out at galleries now, but sort of stuff mostly since year 2000. There we have I did 7 Sins, but some of those have been sold, but we're still down to Pride and oopsie. Then we have one over there is the Trojan Horse Deconstructed. And then on the top shelf we have another version of Justice 2. We have Justice 1 out in the other room. That's too big to put in here.
And this one here, the cage.
And the cage and the bird went through a fire, but it was after the fire it came out even more interesting. But what's the title? Dove Interrupted, Dove or Canary. Still waiting for a title.
This one over here, looks like a Coliseum. Or?
Yeah, this is a 4 horsemen. Entering the Coliseum.
This is an interesting one. Here, this one here.
I can bring it up.
This one
shot
here.
at it. And that's, I call that one Portage. Give a little more room there. Straighten out the guys. As you can see, there's a whole bunch of guys on the ground crew, and then those that get to ride. This is Surgical Strike on Main Street and Broadway. These little war toys created from guns that have been decommissioned. And the railway car is an old antique from the 30s, American Flyer Lines. It seemed to fit in there. This is our Blessed Lady of the Lottery. It's underneath her skirt come down all the coins and the thousands of lottery players all hoping for a bit. Churning of the Sea of Milk. The Hindu legend has Vishnu in the center. He's orchestrating the the demons and the good spirits to grab onto the snake that circles the mountain, and using the snake and the mountain as a churn creates reality. The cosmos comes out of pure energy. This is, and you can see the heads of the snake as the spirits tug and pull and churn the universe into existence. This is, call this John Brown. John Brown was a preacher man, an abolitionist, and a terrorist. Maybe you heard the song, John Brown's body lies moldering in the ground, and then John Brown's body goes marching on. But he was a very big one in the Underground Railroad, shipping freed slaves or escaped slaves to Canada back in the 1850s. And he was going to start a rebellion, he hoped, and tried to seize the armory in I think it was Springfield Armory, but the raid failed and he was hung for treason. But the guns are my family guns. My father's deer rifle, my grandfather's shotgun, another shotgun, my .22, an uncle's 45-90, and an SK-9, a war trophy from the Vietnam War. First started doing art when I got back from the war in Vietnam. I was at my folks' place, and my dad had a stick welder, and I just started burning stuff up and sticking it together. And then later on I got an oxyacetylene torch, and I started doing more detail, started doing rough little figures. And as I moved around the world, I could always rent oxyacetylene gas bottles, so it was an art I could practice in Korea, Nigeria, Philippines, Malaysia. In fact, there they would deliver the bottles to my house. I think they wondered, who's this crazy foreigner using oxyacetylene. And then the scrap metal is everywhere, so there's raw material anywhere you go in the world, whether it's steel drums or automobiles that have been crushed or wrecked. But coming here on the coast, when I came mid-70s, the Jordan River mine had just shut down, but there was still the logging show at Western Forest Products in Jordan River, and I used to go up to the industrial dump there and harvest stuff, bring back by the pickup load. So I have a yard full of raw material, which I'm slowly working through. Sometimes my work is suggested by the materials. Sometimes I have a theme in my head, or a phrase from a song, or a Greek myth, and people landscape with the characters for the story, with the scrap and the other things either serving as a base, a platform, a theater setting. And so I've been progressing along this track, mostly in steel, but learned a few tricks along the way as well, playing with clay, trying out resin with bronze powder, casting. But the mainstay of my art is the welded steel, the little figures, and I'll keep going in that direction.
So do you take the themes for your sculptures from your reading or from history? I know that has lots of names from different parts of history or mythology or...
Yes, mythology and history are a rich source of themes for me. I always liked Greek myth, and working in Asia, I become more familiar with Hindu and Buddhist myths, but religion and mythology and history are a real good mine of themes and dramatic episodes, and which may be real or mythological, but they have drama and tension inside them. So It's fun to work with these kind of themes.